This is ESBR Boxing. Delighted, as always, to be joined by Queensberry's Dev Sahni here in Glasgow today. Dev, something a bit different today. We're in Glasgow. We're used to seeing you, York Hall, Saudi Arabia. But yeah, how does Glasgow compare?
It's good that I got here last night. Where we're staying, it's quite scenic actually. There's nice bridges and that, and I've never been to Glasgow properly before. And I went for a lovely run. Beautiful. I've always thought that Scotland was just like really cold, but it was like 20 degrees last night, so lovely. Glasgow is treating me well. I'm happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful show on Saturday.
Oh, fantastic. Well, hopefully this is the start of many nights, many Queensberry nights in Glasgow. What was the highlight for you today, Dev? Kind of had Josh Taylor and Echo Esmond, was a lot of respect there. Alois Jr. had a few things to say. Nathaniel Conor and Lee McGregor's a great fight as a headline itself. And a highlight from the press conference today?
Do you know what I liked? I liked the way Moses, because I've done a few of his press conferences. He's 20 years old, obviously, so I get to see the kind of like the development on that side as well, and I take notice of how he is at these events. And I thought he was great today. Actually, I thought he spoke really well. I thought Francis was great as well, like hyping him up, and that kind of gave me goosebumps. Actually, the way Francis was hyping him up, and it was great. So I enjoyed his interactions with Mike Ballaghan. In addition to all the stuff that you said, I like Mike Ballaghan told him at the end, F around and find out. And do you know what? It was just a good presser, wasn't it? It was a good, fun presser.
It was enjoyable. Another highlight was supposed to be Francis Warren's speech about Moses Talman. Was saying some really big things. I think he said about him being the face of British culture in sport, which is really exciting. Do you think Moses needs to, I don't want to say talk more, but change at all? Because if you look at the likes of Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, they've been on kind of the Graham Norton show and Jonathan Ross show for a reason because they're massive stars. Does he need to change at all, do you think?
No. He'll get to where he's going to get to. All of those guys are their own characters. Moses was recently presenting an award at the Mobo Awards. I think the PR stuff is really coming on very well. We've got to remember he is just 20 years old. What was Anthony Joshua doing at 20 years old? You know, what was Tyson Fury doing at 20 years old? I don't think he was necessarily holding court at presses like that or going on Graham Norton. This is a young man with a long career. He's going to win a lot of belts and he's going to make a lot of noise, and I think he's doing brilliantly.
Fantastic. Just a couple more from me, Dev. On the main event, you've been around Echo Esmond for a while now. He's been on Queensberry shows for a while. However, in terms of being the main events, he's maybe not used to that, especially in somewhere like Glasgow when the opponent is from Scotland. Thoughts on him? Do you think he's nervous at all?
It's hard to tell. He doesn't say much, does he, Echo? He doesn't say much, but what he says, he means. He won't give you long, drawn-out answers. He's just going to be very much to the point. Is he nervous? I don't think so. Is he concerned about the Lion's Den? I don't think so. He's said a great line before about it might be the Lion's Den, but I'm going in to get the Lion's Mane, which is a wonderful line to use. Josh Taylor looked really up for it up there. He looked like he was just that little bit on edge, and it's getting closer to fight night. Josh Taylor turns into Hank, and Hank is a crazy guy that wins fights. So I'm looking forward to it.
We'll see what happens at the weigh-in tomorrow, of course. Boxing being boxing, people are always talking about who could this person fight next, what could happen next. Without taking Echo away, people are talking about what Josh Taylor could do next. Internally, ESBR, a lot of people would love to see him fight Conor Benn. Wouldn't be for a world title, obviously, but would be a massive fight in British boxing. Do you think that's a possibility with a rematch with Chris Eubank Jr. looking possible for Conor Benn, but the Josh Taylor fight would be massive? Well, do you think we could see that fight?
I think it's one of the biggest fights out there for Conor Benn. The Eubank rematch is obviously the big one. Conor's established himself now because of his performance, because of the last couple of years of news and headlines, but also that performance against Chris Eubank Jr. was quite brilliant. And he's won over a lot of people, a lot of hearts. So he's established himself as a big name. Josh Taylor's a big name as well. It'll be a wonderful fight. They've had Needle before as well. They've got a bit of beef, so I'd love to see that. But I think the options are really out there for the winner here. Obviously, there's a WBO global title on the line. Brian Norman's the champion. There's Harlem Eubank, Jack Catterall. It'd be a third fight with Josh Taylor. There's so much on the line.
Great. Dev, no questions about Tyson Fury or anyone else, just going to focus on the show today. But yeah, thank you for your time as always.
No worries at all. Good to speak to you.